Hello lovelies and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're back at the geode coaster molds. But we're going to mix it up a little bit. Last time we did that 3D bloom technique. This time we're actually going to do a geode effect. We're going to use about 7 elements to mix into our resin, and we're going to pour it in rings to make it have that geode natural looking effect, which is actually pretty cool, and hopefully I can get it to work out. You never know what's going to happen, right? We have the stand again. Something that I learned from the last video was that maybe making this a little bit more simple is better. That way your coasters can kind of show off their amazingness, and then this is just kind of like, you know, hanging out. Tried and true as a stand. It doesn't have to be fancy. So this time going much simpler on the stand, but we're getting crazy with the coasters. So if you guys want to see me do an actual geode effect in the geode coasters, then please keep watching. How are we gonna do this geode style? I plan on using seven elements because I'm crazy, that's why. So the reason I chose 7 layers, well, I don't even know. I just kept picking things out that I thought, ooh, this will look good, ooh, this will look good, this will look good. And then I came up with all of this. And it happened to be 7 things, so that's why we're going with 7 things. To start, we're gonna use artist resin because these are thinner pours. I'm using the thin viscosity because it's easier to work with, less bubbles, and we're gonna do all this in 1 pour. There's not gonna be 2 pours, it's gonna be 1 pour, wham bam, thank you ma'am, and we're gonna be out of there. So I just wanna use the thin viscosity, it's easier to use, and I really love that stuff. For the center of our geode, I will be using some silver foil flakes. And then, in no specific order, because it's like I have a general plan, but I never have like a real legit concrete plan, which is why I usually go into terror mode at some point in every single pour that I've ever done. In no specific order, these are the mix-ins. I have 3 opaque dyes, midnight, white, and teal. So when I mix these in, there is no pearl or glitter element. It's just that solid color, and it's opaque, so you can't see through it. Then I've decided to do 2 mica powders, and these both have that pearl effect. So these are in the color red blue and true blue. And because stone has so many different elements, there are clear parts which look more crystallized, then there are the more solid parts, and that's what the mica and the opaque pigments I think kind of work with. But then I have to have that transparent part, and for that I thought that this sapphire alcohol ink will look really nice. So this is sapphire blue. It's a nice dark blue, but it will be transparent. And then, because I wouldn't be me without it, glitter. So aptly named unicorn. I mean, is that not magic in a bottle? It is. I'm just gonna go ahead and answer that for you. It was rhetoric. Yes, it is magic in the bottle, and it's called unicorn because mammals with horns are magical. So I'm going to pour some resin into 8 different cups, mix each of these individually into those cups, and then proceed to pour into each mold with the foil being in the middle, pouring them in order consecutively going out into a ring. I might pour from the outside in or the inside out, or I might mix it up. I kind of sort of have like 70% of a plan. And that last 30%, I'm just gonna go for it, you know? Oh, another thing. I finally did decide to make a plan for my stand. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the blue mica and then maybe some of the sapphire alcohol ink together and then pour that in here. And then I think I'm just gonna make the legs clear. So that is the plan. Get excited, I'm excited. I will link the Etsy shop down below where I purchased these molds. It's Vera Supplies, and they are awesome. So that's all I got to say about that in case you wanted to try this on your own or use what I'm using. All right, before we start mixing it up, please don't forget to like and subscribe and to click that bell so you don't miss any new videos. Let's do this. I mean, let's do it. You guys know what time it is. It's demolding time. All right, very exciting. Here we go. I think that turned out pretty cool. I'm so glad that I used the mica because that's kind of what's giving the shimmer. I think that the alcohol ink actually added a much deeper blue and a lot of texture. I do feel that these do not necessarily look like your traditional geode, if you will. I got a little crazy at the end and I, drugged the little toothpick through it. I don't know what happened to me. At the end, I just got a little fancy pants and I just started adding things. I needed to fill it in enough that it would be flush to the mold because I didn't want to have to do a second pour. And then I was like, oh, I just don't like the way that this looks overall. Not thinking about the fact that it will spread out over time. And then I just started dragging a toothpick through because, I done went rogue. I done went rogue on my own project. But I don't hate how this looks. I think it's actually very pretty. And it may not be the geode style in the traditional sense, but I think it works. So let's demold these bad boys. Oh, it totally did the geode situation. I didn't think it was going to, but it did. I'm doing a lot of heavy breathing right now. I'm sorry. Yes. I think I like it. It totally did the ring situation. I really like the mica and the opaque combination. I think it just adds a lot to it. So like the exterior ring is just the opaque pigment, and then you have a lot of the mica here, and then that teal, which was again opaque pigment here, and then it's clear in the center with, you can see my finger back there. So it's really, I did not expect this. I really thought that it was going to look very similar on the front that it did on the back. All right, let's keep going. Let's do this one. All right, what do we have here? Awesome. Awesome blossom. It did do the rings. I really wasn't expecting it. Especially because the backs, there's so much you can see of the me where I pulled it with all these starbursts coming out with the toothpick, but you really don't notice that in the center. So maybe I really didn't even need to do that at all. Although maybe you can kind of see how that transferred to the bottom part. But again, the center's clear with a little bit of glitter. But I really like it. There are a few bubbles in the clear portion, but I don't think it detracts from it at all. Oh, yeah, these turned out really neat. I love that mica. I think that the mica might be heavier, and so that's why the mica kind of fell in front. Okay, so far, so good. Moving right along. Here we go. Number 3. Ooh, I thought it was like a spiral for a second. Oh, there you can see the pink more in this one. Oh, dang nabbit, I wish the other ones showed the pink a little bit more. Oh, it's really neat how there are those striations, like those little lines, and I think the mica is what really allows for that. Oh, that's so beautiful. The pink in this one's more on the exterior, and then in these it's a little bit more interior. One more coaster. It's gonna be this guy. Now, this guy had the rogue white little paint stripe there. I'm not a fan, but hopefully the other side won't be it won't be an issue. Can I just say how much I love how glittery these are? They're so glittery. And this side, I feel like looks like a galaxy or outer space or something. It's really neat. At least I like it. Okay. Sound makes me nervous sometimes. I just don't want to hurt the mold. Oh, yes. Oh, you can't see that white blob. Oh, but a little bit more of the teal in this one. That kind of teal opaque dye, that's definitely showing up more in this one than it did in the other ones. Oh, it's so pretty. This one I didn't really get my center. It's sort of like down here, but you know, it's all good because geodes aren't perfect. Nothing is perfect, really. And I'll definitely do some close-ups to give you a better idea and some different lighting. Oh, that glitter in the center, she's like, bam! Glitter! Ooh. I love it. I love glitter, not a problem. So the glitter is more apparent on the back. Oh my gosh, does this not look like a, what do you call those? Dandelion? Like here's the stem and all the pieces. That's really pretty. Maybe I should try to do that on purpose. Little dandelion coasters. Ooh, that could be really lovely. I'm putting that on my list of things to do. I don't know which side I like more. Man, I like both sides, really. What? And then these blues, this turned out, yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it like smacks. So they turned out pretty snazzy. And now we have to demold the stand. Of course we have to have the stand. I mean, where would we be without the stand? So I did just do the alcohol ink, which is why it's this deep of a blue, but I did want mica also to give it a little bit of something. And I didn't use glitter. Are you proud? I'm pretty sad. And also I didn't overfill. Look, you can see all the spots. I was so proud of myself. Like seriously, I did a happy dance. And then I just did clear on the legs because you're not really gonna see the legs, you know. They're not that exciting. They're functional. That's about it. Let's see if I can pop one of these. There we go. You don't need to see it. I mean, just to clear a little leg. Clear leg. So I didn't wait 24 hours for this to cure, which you should, but I feel like it's coming out much easier than the last one. And I don't know if that's because I didn't overfill it, but maybe in the future, oh, these centerpieces aren't coming easily. I do not want to tear up this mold. I love this mold. Son of a gun, I can't believe I forgot the mic. Oh, it's already bending. You can see how this is curved, and that's because it hasn't cured for 24 yet. So I'll definitely have to lay this flat. Let's pop it open. I'm sorry the audio is gonna be bad again. There she blows. The best part is everything's gonna fit perfectly because, ta-da! All the pieces fit in there because I didn't overfill it. So, you know, because I'm learning. It's so great. All right, let's stack these in here. I think this dark blue is a good choice because I don't think it detracts from the coasters. It's just sort of, it matches, but it doesn't detract from the beauty of the coasters. Oh, so awesome. I think these turned out pretty good. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you liked the way they turned out as well. It's funny that I probably didn't even need to do the dragging in the back because you can't even tell from this side. However, I do like that it adds something different to this side. Oh, this is my dandelion one. Love that. But I just think it adds, it's nice that you have two different styles. Because this is really pretty in and of itself. This is almost like a flower. Like these are the petals around here, and this is definitely more of a geode situation. Please comment below and let me know any of your awesome ideas for future projects. Even if it's maybe different color combos that you'd like to see in these molds. I can't wait to do my next project in these molds. I've already planned it. That's definitely going to be another 3D bloom, but I'm going to try to go with different petals, so very excited. I was actually going to do that for this video, but I thought, okay, Steph, you just got to mix it up. You can't keep doing the same thing. So that's why we went with, you know, the geode style. But I have more bloom in me. I want to work on the bloom situation more. Although I do love this too, and now I want to make more of these just because I can do a lot with these. You know, I was talking about maybe doing a lot of clear, or maybe doing the majority of it being clear with just little rings of color, and to see how that color would spread out into the clear, that would be very cool. So stay tuned for that too. Oh, I also wanted to mention, I will not be releasing a video next week because it's the holiday week and I want to be able to kind of relax and enjoy it, but I will be picking it up on New Year's week, so please don't miss that video. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I will see you next time. Bye. Let's get busy. What's going on here? It's a little crazy. It's like fireworks. Pow. It reminds me of what my arm does after I'm done waving. It keeps continuing to undulate like this. But I can get my arm jiggling there. Look, oh yeah, there we go. We got it right there. You see that? Yeah, triple jiggle. That's what I call this. It's a sweet new move. Everybody's doing it. That's too much. What is it in my brain that tells me to do the things that I do? That says, that's a good idea. Jiggle your arm fat and then jiggle the coaster, because that will be entertaining. I mean, it's entertaining for me, but I'm sure you are all sitting at home like, you're like Godzilla out there. He has the loudest footsteps in the world. I hope it's not the row. This eyeballs itchy, cause I got giant lashes on. Boom, boom. Did you feel that breeze? Did you feel it? Was it like, whoa. Yeah, that's what's going on with these lashes. Look at these bad boys. Can I have $1 million, please? No, it's not gonna work. Homemade Rice Krispie treats. You can now buy the regular Rice Krispie treats, which are delicious, by the way, but they're not the same as homemade Rice Krispie treats. Why are we talking about Rice Krispie treats? Almost the whole, like, last part of the pour is me screaming the F word in my brain. I know that's not very ladylike, but it's in my brain. I don't say it out loud, so that counts, right? I'm back. Did you miss me? I missed you. Oh, just right around the corner. Getting some glitter, naturally. And actually one of my favorite t-shirts says, real unicorns have curves, and there's a rhino on it. And that's why it's my spirit animal. I feel you, rhino! You thick, but you're beautiful. Let's get our geode on. I don't even know what that means. It's gonna be rocky, which sounds like would be my style. It's gonna be a little iffy, like we don't know if it's gonna work out, but it probably is. We're hopeful, we're optimistic, but we're gonna see what happens, but probably something weird's gonna happen. But in the end, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.